Welcome to the Popcorn Talk Network. For the online broadcast network that features movie discussion, news, and interviews, press 1. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies.
Let those who worship evil's might beware my power. Green Lantern's light.
From the Popcorn Talk Network, the online broadcast network for movie talk, and the schmoes know, this is DC Movie News, bringing you the most up-to-date discussion and commentary within the DC universe.
Are you in the chat?
Yeah. And apparently the mics are on, and we will begin right now. Welcome, everybody.
I'm on.
That was one of our weaker, fisticuffs. But hey, what are you going to do?
The power's spread out this time.
The power is very
So there's more
spread out.
power, but it's just not as focused.
We got a SKWAD in studio today, everybody. Welcome to the DC Movie News Show right here on the Popcorn Talk Network at AfterBuzz TV Studios. Let's just get rolling. We got a lot to talk about. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Our top story is technically TV, but
TV time's going first. It's TV time.
No,
It's throwing me off.
We got to abide. We got to abide by TV time rules, Roxy.
Okay, you're right.
So it's gonna happen. We'll just get to it. So don't worry, we're on it. Let's get to the introductions here. We are at DC Movies SK on Twitter. We are Facebook.com/DC Movies SK. Find me on Twitter at @JQuasto. The gentleman right next to me, he is a very, very talented actor, giving me
not so
Princess
much,
Wave,
but
and also a DC encyclopedia. Find him on Twitter at Mike Kalinowski. He's Mike Kalinowski.
that I am. It's me. I'm here. Oh, is that a golf club?
What's with the self-loathing?
You know he's got to be a good actor
What?
because of that self-loathing. I was
You
just saying the
have to.
same
You can't be
thing.
like,
Yeah,
yes, I am.
No,
Thank you
yeah,
for
you
that.
gotta
Thank
own
you
it.
for
Unless you're Samuel L. Jackson, that is.
Because he's a bad mother.
Yeah.
And he loves to say that.
He
loves
does.
to, but
that.
it's his
I'm
thing.
tired of these snakes! Okay. So he's here. That man right there, he's the host of Man vs. Child on the FYI network, as well as the FX Movie Download Show on FX. You can find him on Twitter at Adam Gertler. He's also a worst mocker, and he makes a mean sausage. He's Adam Gertler.
The worst
That's
master.
right. Hello. There is now a doghouse open in Long Beach, California. You're welcome, Long Beach.
How many of you guys have now?
This was number 14 doghouses.
Wow.
And only at Long Beach and USC can you get the amazing breakfast burrito, which will blow your mind.
Inconceivable!
It's true.
What is on the breakfast burrito at the Doghouse?
Oh, the breakfast burrito has got 3 perfectly soft scrambled eggs. Got to be marigold. Got to be not a speck of brown on them eggs. And then you put 10 tater tots on that. You smash that inside, right? Then you got your choice of any of our sausages or bacon or chili or a vegetarian version. And then there's a house-made cheese sauce that goes on top of that. Then you roll it all up, and it's burrito paradise. Maybe a little tortilla inside. We go.
Is there a bacon sausage?
You know what? I am working on a bacon dog. But you know, I'm saying you can go sausage or bacon
How
or
are you
veggie.
so thin?
You know, people ask me that a lot. You know, it's
You're
like
not, because
you know.
you could go the other way. What's his name? The guy that did the Man versus Food challenges, and that guy, that poor bastard, he got huge after a while.
Well, you know, and I think that actually caught up with them eventually, which is why
stopped
the
doing
other TV Adam food guys stopped doing those challenges and stuff.
But you got the good balance there, champ.
Well, you know, I was fat as a kid. We were the
talked
chubby
about
kids,
that,
so
yeah.
I was a Weight Watchers as a
Okay.
kid. It's always been.
You don't got to tell me twice. about
Yeah,
being a
you know,
fat
and
kid.
also I think when you're obsessed with food, you know more about how much you're taking in, when it's time to eat this, when you can do more. You know, it's like it's just like it's about milk. Yes, I want to make you feel good about yourself.
All right, so go to Doghouse, get the breakfast burrito, then pass out for the next 17 hours. It's next to Adam Gertler. She is the crown jewel of the DC Movie News Show. She's also the host of TV Fights on Screen Junkies. Find her on Twitter at Roxy Striar. She's also wearing a sweet pocket tee from our friend Anthony Verdi. She's Roxy Striar.
Who's on your pocket today?
That's like,
It's Margaret
look at this thing.
Chandler.
Yeah.
No, see, they're trying to look in my shot at my pocket tee,
Oh.
and you're covering
My
the
bad.
shot.
Oh.
But
Go ahead, get it.
So is this. There you go.
the microphone's covering it too.
It's,
Put it up.
Yeah, it's
there,
cool.
throw it up there.
I love Aunt Verdi. He has awesome stuff, and I really appreciate him sending this to me. It's
Yep.
Monica and Chandler, because I'm the biggest Friends fan ever.
And he sent me
a pen in it.
oh my
if you
God,
wanted
Adam.
to. It works. It's a working pocket.
It's a functional pocket.
demonstrating
It's
a
just
working
one of them
pocket.
functional pockets.
And he sent me a Rocky shirt, so find him on Twitter at ANT_VERDI and get his merch, man. 'cause
It's
he's
so
awesome.
much classier than having a full Rocky on their shirt.
I
Just
wanna-
Rocky on the pocket.
I want to order a Michael Caine one, so I can have Michael Caine with me at all times.
Can you make that?
I've got to send that to him in order one.
Can you ask dude to make
I'm
that?
gonna-
Just Michael
alright,
Caine's big old face
whatever
on
it
the puppet.
costs.
We got one more guest in studio. He is one of my best friends in life. He's been my co-host on Wrestling and Padres Slamcast for the last 2 years, as well as the Raw AfterBuzz show. He lives in Washington, D.C. now, but he's back just for a couple of days. So we brought him in because we wanted to have him for a while. Find him on Twitter at TheWalkingDale. He's Dale Rutledge.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
What up, brother?
I didn't bring any hot dogs. I didn't even bring any pockets. I don't know. I'm very unprepared.
It's okay. You're a
you
best
know
friend
that-
in life, not just in something else.
Yeah, it's not the
You're-
afterlife, the current life.
You're where you know what kind of show this is, right?
Yeah, it's about District of Columbia, right?
Yeah, District of Columbia,
Very political.
DC.
You
That's what
live
I've
in
been
DC.
thinking too.
Yeah.
We probably should have covered that before with them, I
Is
think.
there a different DC?
What are your thoughts on the caucus?
Okay.
Oh yeah, I love caucuses. Yeah, oh yeah.
Caucuses are a lot of fun.
Big caucuses.
caucus.
Iowa caucuses are my favorite.
Big old caucus.
Before we get rolling here, Steven, do we have the brand new BVS trailer that I sent queued up? This is the one that I exclusively found this past week.
Oh.
Because you had a connection
Was it from the
inside
black web?
international
Or is it
marketing.
the dark web?
I can't
The dark web.
reveal my sources, but
Careful.
I sent it an email. If not, we could download it and play it maybe
Is this
later
the
on the show.
international one? Or
I
what is
have
this
it. Give me one
Yes.
sec.
Okay.
Get
Yes,
it all
this
set.
is the international one.
Nice.
It's one of the
It's not
international.
the international one you might have seen though.
This
Oh.
might be. Is this
It's
the
an
South
exclusive.
Korean
Are
one?
there Japanese kanji on it? I only
No,
watch.
no.
Oh,
Remember
okay.
the other exclusive one I had a couple of weeks ago?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I uncovered another exclusive trailer.
I don't think I was here.
That
You were here.
Yeah, you were here for it.
You remember?
I
He
don't-
dro-
I'm
you
so
were really
confused.
excited about it.
As a new
and you
TV
said that
spot.
honestly we might get sued for even playing it because
Well, then I
that's how
don't want to take that
exclusive it
chance
was.
again.
Up here it is.
Wait, this is not it. That's not
No,
the
no,
one.
no,
It's okay.
no.
We'll play it anyway.
Well, this one's the actual.
All right, now this is the actual. Oh, that was terrible. That fell off the rails there. Once
Yeah.
again, trying to set him up for the joke. Okay, so this is the international trailer for Batman versus Superman. Batman v Superman. What did you guys think of this? What do you, I mean, have you guys checked it out?
It's kind of what we see.
Johnny just really liked the ending part. He liked the way that it sounded when he said Batman
Johnny-
versus Superman. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Batman v Superman.
This has Japanese kanji, so I'm into it.
Yeah.
I think the thing about this trailer is I think it kind of works better in that it just shows the conflict between the protagonists.
I kind of half believe Jesse Eisenberg is speaking Japanese.
Yeah. I mean, that's why
That's
I
what it
like it
sounds like
better.
when he
I
says
like it better
"Boss."
than the original, than the trailer that we got that was maligned by some, because I think it doesn't show you them getting together at the end.
Here we go.
It just focuses on conflict.
I mean, that is the title of the movie, though.
Right, and so, you know,
I like
it's a lot of action, and
like
it shows
the-
the conflict.
and I like the voiceover, the Japanese voiceover. Here it's
I wanted it.
It's coming.
Back
It's
of
coming.
them. And then just a little bit like that. You see,
Now, Dale,
I
you-
like that ending better.
You just got back from Japan. Did you see Batman vs Superman stuff all over the place?
I didn't
Is that
actually-
true, or you making
No,
a
he
joke?
was-
You
he
Yeah, I
were
was
doing
there
it?
like 2
Oh.
weeks ago. I didn't see much, no. But I mean, it's kind of early for promotion right now.
Yeah.
We're still
50 days.
months. Yeah.
50 days.
50 days.
Jesus.
March
It's
25th.
approximately 50 days exactly.
Wow.
March 25th. Yeah.
Yeah, unbelievable. Life just gets a lot better after today. We got a Coen Brothers movie to tide us over till Deadpool next week, and then we're just practically within the month.
We're getting there.
Can
and
you
I,
say Deadpool on this show?
You can say it.
Oh, yeah, we
It'll be
love our-
bleeped out later.
We love our buddies over
It'll
at
come
Marvel.
out as Dead Man when you listen back to it.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seeing our buddies over at Marvel, Koi's thing is crushing still. The Doritos.
Is it winning? Or is it,
Yeah, I
tried
think he's
to.
gonna win.
Well, I tried to vote last night. Voting's over now.
It's called what is it called Swipe for Doritos
Yeah.
or something like that. You guys should go vote for the Dorito
No, it's too late.
commercial.
Voting's over.
Oh, well, you should go
Well,
watch
I
it.
think that's something that we didn't actually put
Enjoy
down
it.
as a thing to talk about. But what do you guys think about the fact that that Doritos thing with Zack Snyder might be the only sort of promotion that DC EU gets during the Super
I
Bowl?
don't think he needs it.
I love that they said that.
I think Super Bowl commercials have now reached a point with the internet where everything is online. You
Before
need
the
to-
Super Bowl.
Yeah, you don't need to tune into the Super Bowl to see this. It used to be 10 years ago. You watch the Super Bowl. I hate sports. Could care less who's winning whatever football thingy, whatever wins football. Whatever.
Whatever wins
But you would
football.
turn in for the commercials. You would. It was a thing.
Sure. No, everybody loves a commercial.
But nowadays,
Yeah.
like you said,
I-
you and Dale
I
will
love
get along
like you
football.
said, buddy, the commercials are
love the
online,
game.
especially all the big movie ones. They're online before the,
Oh, yeah.
so we don't need it.
I like chicken wings too.
Yeah.
a lot.
I love that when I think Warner Brothers responded being like, well, some of the people in the movie might also be at the game, so that's promotion.
Well, was that Warner Brothers that responded, or I think it was other studios that speculated on
maybe
that?
it was other studios. It was so funny. Like Ben Affleck Affleck's there, so that's promotion.
There you go.
Right, yeah, because it'll Chiron him, Ben Affleck from Batman v Superman, you know, a little thing like that, and absolutely. I don't know, personally for me, I think as long as they should have a presence, and I think the Doritos thing might be, at least it keeps the word out there, and it sounds like Doritos and Warner Brothers are kind of splitting the nut of that $5 million for 30 seconds or several. I mean, it sounds like
splitting
it's
the nut. I like that.
Splitting the nut.
Splitting the nut.
Because it is quite enough, but Disney has got quite a bit lined up. I mean, Disney has many, many franchises across the board, but they have many spots.
Well, here's the thing. It's $5 million for a 30-second spot at the Super Bowl, so I just felt like it wasn't worth the money necessarily. Like you said, it's more digital.
Pretty similar to my appearance fee. So.
Well,
I really identify with that.
And that's pre-taxes.
Pre-taxes, yeah.
Anyways, here is the brand new exclusive trailer that I
we got another trailer.
Yes, this is the real one.
We're getting all the good trailers out in the top of the show.
Warning, like we said, we might get sued for playing.
Again, this one, make sure you have to talk over it so you don't get...
enjoy this. Everyone be quiet.
I thought, wait, then we can get sued by talking over it, right?
Is she with you? I thought she was with you. Why would you think she was with me? I don't know. I thought you liked Amazon chicks. No, I said I like strong, athletic women. It doesn't necessarily mean that I like Amazons. So what you're saying is that you're into her? No, I didn't necessarily say that I was into her. Cool. I call dibs.
Nice.
Wow.
You
see, was that what Kevin Smith did the rewrite on?
Yeah,
I think a little bit.
See,
That's
again,
very reminiscent of his stuff.
What I like about these if I could just get serious for a minute, like what I like about these international trailers is that, again, it focuses on the conflict between Batman and Superman. Like, I know as a fan they're going to get together, but even this trailer, it says like, all right, there's this other girl here, but Batman set up a thing where he used his intellect as the world's greatest detective to get Superman off guard.
And I like that we learn what the V finally stand for. It's obviously fighting against Wonder Woman. She is what the conflict is. They're fighting over this woman. Of course, she's got that V.
Thank you.
The V actually stands for Wonder Woman's vagina.
I'm glad you said it because I could not.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
It's real.
Did I?
That trailer gives real conflict, and I'm glad you guys.
I don't need to see, like, Doomsday at the end of the trailer or some sensuality. Maybe they all end up in a hot tub together and, like, that's the resolution. I want to be surprised by that when I see it for the first time.
Oh, there's sensuality. Trust me, I've seen it. That's just the trailer that I uncovered.
Okay.
So
seen the whole thing, huh? Wow.
Yeah. Well, while we're on the subject of BVS, let's get right into the fact that we don't know who Scoot McNairy is going to play, but we know it's not going to be Jimmy Olsen.
Should we throw a possible spoiler alert up on this in case anybody's avoiding this piece?
Spoiler alert!
Thank you.
Spoiler
We haven't
alert!
this in a while either. Kind of fell by the wayside when we had to speculate about Eastwood for so long or Chris Pine for so long, but now Scoot McNairy's coming back.
So it seems like we know who he's playing. So do you guys know about this?
What do you guys think?
Well, what do I think of the news?
What do you think it is? I think I have a theory, but
the rumor that came out this week,
Al Maimbe, right?
it was a Heroic Hollywood exclusive. I think is that he was somebody that was actually crippled during Superman's attack, and then Lex Luthor kind of takes this guy in and potentially arms him in some way and radicalizes him in some way to be some kind of like human bomb meant to destroy Superman. I don't know if that's through kryptonite or whatever.
Okay.
But
now I did hear that.
Word.
My theory then is, if that makes sense, because we've seen without the green, he had the green socks on, so and he's in a wheelchair in one scene. Is he playing John Corbin, aka Metallo?
Oh, that's interesting.
Is he this universe's version of Metallo?
That was what a lot of people had theorized.
That's cool.
Other people had talked about potentially trying to erase his legs and having him be some version of a Flash. But I think that Heroic Hollywood debunked both of those theories in talking about this.
But I'm not saying he's. Is this their version of Metallo? Because like their Doomsday is not the traditional Doomsday that we've seen from the comics, so it's their version with Zod Zine. Is this their Metallo?
And Heroic Hollywood was saying no, but who knows if that's correct?
There's another rumor they're saying that he's going to be a character that Lex Luthor could use as a weapon to test Superman.
Right.
It didn't give any guesses as to what character he is though.
I think it's a waste then if it's not Metallo, because Metallo's not the kind of guy you do a whole movie on. You just don't.
Right.
No, it's interesting.
He's a prequel. He's a James Bond pre-credits person that Superman takes care of.
I think this is a cool bit of news, but it's also one of those things I kind of wish I didn't know.
Yep.
Because it would have been another surprise.
Honestly,
now I feel like there's something that's spoiled for me.
I'm so tired of finding stuff out.
Yeah.
I don't want to find it. Like I get it. I get there's a reason that Al Maimbe does these things, but I don't need it.
Can I ask you guys something?
Yes.
as DC knowledgeable people, does Zod have to be Doomsday, or could Scoot technically be Doomsday and Zod is something else in this movie?
I don't know that. I mean, it's possible. Yeah, Scoot could be Doomsday. Absolutely. I don't know that Zod is necessarily Doomsday. I think that's the way they're making it.
The Kryptonian DNA is being harvested from his body to create something.
There you go.
That's definitely.
I don't think.
Like.
But
Dale, your thoughts?
Who knows? I don't know.
I think a lot of times they throw out misinformation as well to make you really confused on what.
I hope so.
Is.
I taught them what swerves are.
And El Miambi, he's actually really good about trying to keep it as real as he can. I mean, you know, but a lot of times he's wrong.
Oh, we've had him on the show, and he's awesome. It's just, you know.
Oh, you had him, Berto?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to enjoy spoilers if you have.
My reasoning is just if this is a guy who wants to get back at Superman, and they've got access to Zod's body, he would be one to like volunteer for trials to be subjected to that.
You know, it sounds almost Abomination-esque from the Incredible Hulk film.
Yeah.
Like what they did to Tim Roth's character. When you got a chance to be stronger, faster.
It just seems like he's a test for Superman by himself. I don't think he's going to be brought in with Batman. Like he's saying he's going to radicalize him. I think that's meaning radicalize his ideals, his ideology of using this person as a lightning rod. You know, this is a person that's his result of Superman's destruction. He's now crippled. And use him as a figurehead
politically.
Yes.
Just as a correction for ourselves, everybody, it's Latino Review, not Heroic Hollywood.
Oh, okay.
He split off from that.
Right.
That's right. Yeah, he's from his own thing.
Latino Scoops too.
Yeah, they do.
He used to be at Latino Review, right?
Yeah.
Yes. For a long time he was.
So I just think it's really funny because I'm sitting at a table of people who hate things like this and hate getting the spoilers, and you guys know that I love this kind of thing.
I know, you want to know it all.
This is the movie for me so much. It's crazy that you guys sit here and hate getting this stuff when we have a weekly podcast
I know.
where you come in and talk about it. It's like the inner conflict of Johnny, like, I don't want to know, but I have to know for this show.
Honestly, if I were to walk away from doing the show, it would be because of that. It would be because I just wanted to retire from knowing anything about any of this stuff anymore. And now I'm just like too in it.
It's too late.
And like, you know, my parents, none of this stuff will get spoiled for them. Nobody else that doesn't geek out on this stuff is going to be spoiled. They'll never know this stuff.
Think about it. We have how many... It comes out on a Friday. So it's Wednesday. Today's the 4th. So the 6th. Let's fast forward here. We are exactly 7 weeks away, more or less, from the film being released.
Yes.
We're all in at this point.
I think we said 50 days.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're...
Okay.
Okay.
So we're all in. All in means all in, guys.
No, we're all in. We're going to report everything we got.
Okay, Rox, you love spoilers. You saw Star Wars. Did you know that big thing that happened? Did you know that beforehand?
No.
Okay, and I didn't either. So if I knew that, it would have taken away from it. I still...
No, I think I actually would have enjoyed it more.
Oh, why?
Because I knew from the second...
How does that even make any sense?
I could explain it, but now I'm worried about spoiling that for somebody else.
Okay, we'll stop. That's another show for another time.
I'm so sensitive about it that if I know I want to see a movie, I stop watching the trailers. Like, I don't want to know it.
That's what I'm saying. Watch a trailer?
I'll watch it initially, not knowing I want to see the movie, but once I decide I'm going to see it, I'm done with trailers.
See, I was done after the last Batman trailer. I didn't want to see anything, but then that Bruce Wayne specific TV spot came out, and it was so damn good.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, again, I saw it, and I didn't want to see it, but it was awesome.
That's why I like that first international trailer today. The first one we showed.
From Comic-Con?
So the one today.
Yes,
we looked at.
Which is great.
Because it doesn't really tell you anything that's going on. It's just
visuals.
Conflict between these two guys and fighting.
Gentlemen.
That's to me is a perfect trailer for this kind of film. I already know I'm going to see it. I don't want to know too much more.
The chat, and specifically Eric Opperman says, "Are you guys stopping the show after BVS or something?" LOL. What's going on here?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're just getting started. We're just getting warmed up.
Okay. What about tracking numbers though?
Hey, we got some tracking numbers for you. They're predicting that BVS is going to make $154 million opening weekend and $380 million total, which I believe Man of Steel made $112 on opening weekend, right? And then $290 total. So they're expecting way bigger numbers than that.
That's pretty early for tracking, though. Usually it's like a month out for tracking.
Yeah.
So what is it? Is it based off of something
unusual? Or maybe early ticket sales.
Oh, maybe.
You know, based on other films with early sales. Have they gone on sale officially yet? I don't even know if they have gone on sale.
No. We've reached out to Warner Brothers about getting us to a premiere or something, and hopefully they'll get back to us.
Right.
So.
There you go.
But
there you go.
So
related to the tracking, though.
They've not.
Specifically, okay.
I don't know how they're doing
So
that.
here's the deal. With the tracking, I think that you'll know a week out, they're going to start to do screenings of the film, and then I think that number will go up or down $20 million. That's my prediction.
I feel like up $20 million. I think we're going to 170
if
domestic.
early word is good, I think...
The sad thing is, if this doesn't make $1 billion, it's going to be considered a disappointment.
Absolutely.
Which sucks.
Yeah.
Which sucks. Like Man of Steel, everyone talks how bad it is. That was a financially successful movie for Warner Brothers.
But the expectation is so high.
That's what I'm saying. And
But-
I hate that.
But so is the curiosity. I think that it will do better because people want to know what exactly is going
Speaking of curiosity, that takes us into the next subject, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. When it comes to social media, DC has been apparently crushing it.
Oh, yeah.
Out of curiosity, they're saying right now at the pre-release point that BVS and Suicide Squads are at, they are at 500% stronger social media presence than any other competitor out there. That's in basically any other
for the 2016 season. Okay.
Right, meaning Captain America, Deadpool, things like that. That means that the curiosity and the interest
Deadpool
is
like
high.
crazy.
Now, it is fair to note, though, that I believe that's still not as strong as Age of Ultron at this time last year.
Right.
So, compared to just where Marvel was last year, I believe that...
And Age of Ultron was kind of controversial. I mean,
right, no, but again, this is pre-release. This is
Yeah.
pre-release information. I think what it says is people are very curious. I think even though we know a lot of people are going to see Captain America Civil War, they kind of know what they're getting more with that. I mean, and also internationally, Batman and Superman are so recognizable.
Yeah, yep.
Exactly. Yeah, and I also think that, being active on social media doesn't really paint a picture of good or bad. It's just being mentioned.
It really doesn't. It portends that I think people are aware of the film.
And you got to understand there's a huge population that is not social media savvy into that. It is definitely a dynamic and a age group that is all defined about that, and that's their thing. So
and they're a loud group too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, again, my parents will see Batman and Superman because they know Batman and Superman even more than any of these Marvel cats.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's why I think internationally too, I think this movie is going to be really strong no matter what. Like Transformers type strong, where that movie was absolute garbage and it made $1 billion.
Right. I mean, we talked about the track numbers. Now we're talking about social media. I feel like none of this is as important as the fact that they picked a really strong weekend to open on because nothing else.
It's an incredibly smart move.
Yeah, really, really smart.
I mean, they moved it, right?
They moved it to this on purpose.
they did.
Now
Well,
the
the
only
talk was-
thing really opening against it is My Big Fat Greek Wedding
No,
2,
that's not
which is a
even-
completely different audience.
Counter-programming.
And
How
coming
many
from-
years did they wait to make that?
15.
Listen, they had to
a
get
long time.
really,
A long
really
time.
fat, and it takes some time.
And the week before, the Divergent series is dropping, but it will be a week old, and that's kind of a different. I mean, it's action if you consider it action also.
Yeah.
But I think it's a really, really smart weekend. So that's why I think 170, social media or not, I think that it's going to do really well.
I think once the advanced screenings start happening and the buzz happens, I think us as a geek culture are really good at planting the seed for buzz to let kind of people know, hey, is that supposed to be good or is not good? Hey, I'm going to see that no matter what. If it starts ramping up, like Deadpool started doing screenings like a couple of weeks ago, secretly. People are seeing Deadpool tonight in Hollywood. You're going to start hearing about it tomorrow. Whether you know anything or not, obviously that's a studio that's not trying to hide a film. When Warner Brothers starts showing, they're not going to like hide it like Star Wars. They need early buzz to be good to up that a little bit. They want to be in the upper echelon of that
But
150.
Adam, I asked the chat, and I asked them, look, if somebody says to you a week before Batman vs. Superman comes out, and they say, this is literally the worst movie you will ever see, do not go this, do not waste your money, I asked, would they still go see the movie? And the fan base says yes.
Yeah, of course.
So it's still, I think, based on the disbelief status, even if people say that it's bad, and even if there are previous screenings that say it's bad, I think the fan base is strong enough to give it that opening weekend anyway. And I'm not saying I think it'll be good, but I'm saying even with that bad press, I think it'll still be successful.
It would still be relatively successful to other movies, but not as successful as this movie could be, thus being a failure when we talk about not hitting $1 billion.
It's a difference between a Man of Steel and a Green Lantern. Green Lantern is a terrible film across the board. Man of Steel, it might not be someone's cup of tea, but it is a well-made film.
And I think we're going to see that it really sets things up. I think it's going to make sense.
I totally agree with you. I don't see there's any way this has a bomb opening weekend. All I'm suggesting is that if it screens really well early, then you're going to see that upper 170s. You're going to see a lot more excitement.
Yeah, but it's always strange when they do the early screenings because even think about Fantastic Four. That early screening, was it at Jay-Z's house or something? That everybody was like, Fantastic Four's the bomb.
That's got to be a, hey, talk good about this movie because here's some money.
Absolutely, but don't you think that it could be the same thing? Like,
I will say no. I never felt that was real. Like I never got the feeling from that early
Fantastic Four.
It never. Felt, I know what she's talking about. People were tweeting about based on an early screening of Fantastic Four.
At Jay-Z's house.
I think it was
felt
Jay-Z.
very canned. I didn't hear that.
That
part
sounds canned. That's terrible.
Fantastic Four's the bomb. Hove.
They actually gave him a ring that actually worked. So he was like, I'll tweet about it if you give me the ring. And I will say, though, about social media, I think it's going to open huge regardless. Like we're saying, everybody's going to be curious. But social media does come into a bigger play for what we're talking about, the entire budget of what it will intake in longevity.
Definitely.
I think that's what keeps the legs on it is social media.
Yeah, the good thing, too, is with its release date, people were, it jumped ship from Civil War. They didn't want to be in the same day. They chickened out. But they've got, almost 2 months? There's nothing between March and May that we can think about that's big movie coming out. It's got a solid 2-month run. Theaters have limited amount of space, and if there's nothing else making money, they'll keep it in the theaters.
And it's the kind of film we're going to see. I'm guarantee I'm going to go see
stay
it
there for a while.
But again, you just said it right there, Johnny. Multiple times.
Yeah.
I mean, are you really going to see it multiple times if you don't love it?
I'm definitely going to go see it with my parents regardless. I'm going to see it with you guys. That's at least twice.
I think, I think,
I don't know.
I agree. Like, I think the multiple.
I saw The Dark Knight 15 times.
There you go.
It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Because I enjoy the movie-going experience. Batman Begins, I saw 21 times.
That's awesome.
So
if there's any doubt why Mikey Christmas is here on the panel,
Mikey Christmas,
I sit through those movies. I love my big bag of popcorn every time I go, and I enjoy the hell out of them.
You gave your money. You put in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because even if I don't, from what I've seen so far, just Affleck's Bruce Wayne and Batman and his Alfred relationship, I can tell I'm going to love that stuff. So I'll go for that, even if I don't like the whole movie as a whole.
I'm just looking at other movies that are coming out between then and May because you said it, so I'm curious. And I was like, what?
There's
my God, I forgot The Jungle Book. It looks so bad. I'm just...
Oh, that's good.
It's got good buzz, though. It got good buzz. It's getting good buzz.
It looks
When is it? Early April?
No, Dale?
I think it looks good.
It looks good.
I think you're wrong, Roxy.
Roxy, you just got to get down to your bare necessities.
It's Favreau. I'm sorry. That guy's good.
Roxy is not feeling it. You know who's also not sure about BVS is Gal Gadot, who apparently didn't even know which role she was auditioning for.
I don't think that's anything
I think she would
ordinary.
make the hottest Catwoman.
She would make a great Catwoman.
Like, sexy.
Good.
I've seen her more and more recently. There's a new movie coming out. I want to say it just played at Sundance or something with her. She was fantastic in it.
Oh, really?
I saw clips. I didn't see the movie, but I think it played at Sundance.
Hey, that is a
And
professional
she's great.
actor.
She's good.
He's assessing the level of talent of Gal Gadot for any doubt.
And I'm not looking
Dale,
at
you
her.
a Gale fan?
I've not seen her bent over picking
I
up
saw
stuff
Fast
like we
and
talked about with Harley
Furious.
Quinn.
I'm still most familiar with her from Date Night.
I mean, come on. We can't base her off Fast and the Furious. We have, Vin Diesel in Fast and the Furious. And he's terrible, but look at him in Saving Private Ryan. He's great.
Yeah, chat roll's mad at you about Jungle Book, Roxy.
Listen, I love Jungle Book.
messed
The
up.
trailer did not look good, just saying.
I thought the trailer looked great.
I thought the trailer sold me.
Roxy needs more spoilers before she's gonna
that's right.
chime in on Jungle Book. She wants to
I
know.
don't know how it's going to end.
The animals can talk.
No way.
Did you guys see the Suicide Squad TV spot?
Well, here's the thing. Well, back to Gal though.
Yeah.
She actually has a quote about the fact that when she went in for BVS, she said, she goes, I didn't know what I was going in for until I screen tested with Ben Affleck. Like I guess they called her in. She assumed it was going to be for Catwoman, and her quote was, "My dream role was to do an empowered, independent woman who doesn't rely on men." And so she's like, "I couldn't be more excited to be playing Wonder Woman."
Hello.
You hear that all the time, though, with actors going in and not knowing. They know it's for a DC, a Marvel movie. They just don't know what it is because they don't want it to get out.
So she didn't know it was Wonder Woman. Is that why she didn't work out for the role?
Oh, Dale mixing it up from the couch.
I hear you. Just
He
saying.
says, "Whose house? DC's house."
That's right.
These house.
District of Columbia.
It's okay. They won't get mad at you. They're still upset with me about their
Listen.
necessities.
Dale, this isn't Congress, okay? Where
Okay,
you're
sorry.
from.
All right,
this is
fine.
not on the same side of
Keep
the
it quiet on the floor down there.
Yeah.
No
Where's
more
my
caucuses.
gavel? Where's my gavel?
This is not a filibuster, Dale. What's a filibuster? I don't know.
I know. I can filibuster this floor right now.
Okay, go ahead.
I start reading off of this. I'll read off the rundown. I'll do whatever I want. This is a filibuster.
I've been watching my House of Cards lately, so don't get me going on this.
But I need that.
Moving on. What's next?
All right, like you were mentioning, there's a brand new Suicide Squad 15-second Instagram, I guess we can call it a teaser trailer, where we actually hear a couple extra second of
What
the
was this
Joker's
for?
laugh.
Why did they make a TV spot so early?
I don't.
It's not.
I think it's more for social media.
Early.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, Instagram only.
yeah.
Oh, it was Instagram only?
Suicide Squad's
Yeah.
Instagram just released a 15...
Instagram is breaking off into this kind of stuff too.
Yeah.
They just released. They're doing a new TV series through Instagram.
Very smart.
On Instagram only.
And now we have
Every
video.
single day. Have you been watching?
Yeah,
It's only day
5.
2.
They
Yeah.
do VO.
They do video on Spotify now too. I mean, everybody's breaking into these.
It's getting
different
out there.
aspects.
But
Yeah.
It's not going to be long before we have a DC type show on Instagram.
But how long?
Watch.
Instagram's only allowed
15 seconds.
They're doing a show 15 seconds
At once a day, every day
increments.
for 30 days, they're releasing 15-second episodes.
It's like a comic strip.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
Spider-Man, one
But
panel
it's
of
That's a good
characters
analogy.
and film. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
the show
and they
about?
also release supplemental material like an Instagram picture, wanted,
fills in the story.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Spotify this week...
See, I'm not a millennial, but I'm into it. I love it.
Spotify released videos this week as well.
Of what?
They're actually playing videos on Spotify.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
Nerdist
yeah.
News is on there.
So
and
what did
some
you
other-
guys think of this Suicide Squad spot?
Loved it.
I like it.
I didn't see it.
Oh, yeah, well, it just tells you, so you're going to go into a place, you're going to do some bad stuff, you're probably going to
see.
get killed, and then you hear a little bit more Joker laugh.
Let me see if I can
I
find
saw
it for you.
I saw the clip of that the article on his lap, and yeah.
Let me see if I can find it for
This
you.
movie looks so gritty. I mean, I don't.
I
see
don't
how
need
this
to see
won't do
anything
well.
more on it.
So you're
I'm sold.
Yeah,
I'm into
I'm
it.
excited.
I'm really into it.
I get more excited for the Joker every time I see it. I gotta say, I
Yeah.
really am digging his Joker.
I know people were tepid on him right at first, but I think they're definitely selling him real
What
well.
Joker have people ever been excited about from the get-go?
That's fair.
No one.
You know what I mean?
Well, there was no bad
you go.
backlash about Nicholson.
This is the deal. You're going somewhere very bad. So
Yeah.
something that gets you killed.
Okay, that's right. Again, there's some laugh.
Now they're just watching it.
And that's it.
Yes.
Back to this a couple weeks ago. Why do you hate the worst
33,000
heroes
likes.
Worst heroes ever.
She's not saying that.
So
It's-
that's what it sounds like.
Oh,
In your head, that's
Yeah,
what it sounds
that's
like.
what I can't help my
You
head.
read it
you
that
don't hear
way.
it go worst heroes
That-
ever.
like Harley, the voices in my head. No, that's not what they're telling me.
You're kinda
like that's
creepy
me.
right now. Yeah, I'm
no,
kinda creeping out on
they're-
this.
They freak me out. Worst heroes ever.
Oh,
sorry.
that is pretty
What do we got?
awesome.
What's next?
Well, there was also, speaking of Suicide Squad, there was, did you guys see the fan-made
The
trailer?
JLU? With the-
Yeah, it was
of
all
course.
right,
Yeah.
animated and stuff.
Very cool.
To the Queen.
It made me.
Fan made
Are we
trailers
showing that one
amazing.
too?
I don't know if we have
It made me reminiscent of the old Bruce Timm stuff. I miss his stuff.
Me
I love this
too.
stuff.
And I guess we'll talk about the other
Oh.
bit of animated stuff later.
Real quick,
but
yeah, just to tag onto that. If you guys are watching Young Justice, season 2 finally got released on Netflix. So if you
And-
watch,
Oh,
for the
nice.
longest time it was only season 1.
I love that show.
And the producer said, if you want more, watch it on Netflix, buy the Blu-ray stuff, watch it.
Okay, so
That's
this is
the guy
it. So
who,
this is-
I want to say, not Weissman, I'm forgetting his name, I apologize, he's the creator of Young Justice. He said, he tweeted out, watch season 2, it just came out, and it took a while, it was a couple of years.
Yeah.
And the Blu-ray's out, so he's like, if you want more, watch this, and then Netflix, constantly watch it, because they see that stuff.
teasing more possible
Yeah.
Young Justice
Greg
season 3.
Weisman.
Greg Weissman, thank you.
Greg Wiseman.
He just tweeted that out.
Check
So
it out.
watch it. I'm excited because season 1 is okay, but everyone had said season 2 is fantastic because
Well, it's very connected. It's
it
one
jumps
long
5
story,
years
yeah.
ahead, and they're all
Yeah.
adults, more adults.
The
and-
second season is the alien invasion
Yes,
story, right?
yes,
so
yes,
it's
right.
but that's really cool that they did like a real long form,
Yeah.
animated like.
Very rare for animation.
So
Very
enjoy
rare.
it, guys. It's out there. Let's watch it. Let's get some
Let's
votes
watch
going
it.
for that.
Yeah, because I don't know about that new one. You know, I mean,
Are we moving on to that?
I don't know. Is it time? Do
Is
we have
that
any
a
more
segue?
movie stuff?
Well,
last-
there is one thing here. There's an article that was on Cinema Blend where they just mentioned some of the villains they would like to see in Justice League, and they mentioned 6. I just wrote down a couple.
Let's shoot 'em out.
3 here. All right, the 3 that to me seem like they would be the most popular. Number 1, Brainiac. We already talked
Yeah.
about that.
Absolutely.
Number 2, the Crime Syndicate. Which
I think it's too much.
it'd be tough. It'd be too much.
tough.
And number 3, Despero.
I would love to see a version of Starro. Everyone knows who Starro is, the
Yeah.
giant, basically a giant starfish. But the mind control that's involved with that, where you could get the heroes fighting each other,
Yeah.
is brilliant.
Here's what I think. You know, with a Justice League thing, I feel like you have to show the heroes in their own world too.
Yeah.
How they're all affected. Like they're not going to be together like all the time like the Avengers.
Right.
I feel like for some reason you have to see how Batman is affected in Gotham and Superman and then the oceans, and it's got to be like this thing that brings them all together. Clearly why, Darkseid makes the most sense.
Well, there's so many stories in Grant Morrison's run that would work so well with the team dynamic, but also having them separately brought together.
That's what I mean. You always got to have that element of like the separation and then the coming together.
I kind of think Darkseid, though, is going to be more of an overarching, longer-lasting villain.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so you don't think in the first 2 Justice League films, which are coming out in 17 and 19...
I mean, there's a lot of films between Justice League 1 and 2, right?
Yeah.
Like Flash and Aquaman.
Is Flash is between the two, I want to say.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so you have, exactly.
You have like 3
Flash
films
and
or something
Aquaman,
between.
and then Justice League 2, exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think they're going to go more Thanos with Darkseid.
I don't...
Like overarching villain. I do too.
I don't know. I feel like
because he's
just
so
to
powerful. There's big bad. You don't want to throw it all away right at the beginning.
Yeah, because then who follows that up?
I don't have the confidence that you do that Warner Brothers isn't going to do that. I think they're going to come out swinging with Darkseid.
I'm with you.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Do you guys think, chat roll out there, do you think we're going to see Darkseid really come head-to-head with the Justice League and all that entails?
I mean, see some people talking, Starro, he's a wacky character, but man, if you do it right and creepy and have someone,
back to Starro
all over your body, just, tentacles going in your eyes and your ears and stuff, corrupting you, and there's bad versions of Batman and the Flash.
What do you think? Justice League 1's going to have some kind of cliffhanger. So maybe we do see, like you said, Darkseid's going to play a much broader.
Right,
you know what
because
I mean?
at the end of Justice League 1, the Green Lantern is going to show up. Some of the core members have to show up.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough.
There's a lot to do.
You mean when Hal Jordan and John Stewart show up?
Hal Jordan and the crew show up, exactly. Hal Jordan, John Stewart, and Guy Gardner, the new guy that they're
Breaking news, Tyrese is...
Yes.
Don't throw that
Talk
out
about
there.
bad acting.
No, but seriously, people keep also talking about when are they going to announce another Batman film? When are they going to make another Batman film?
I don't know when they're making that.
When does that fit in the schedule? If you have Justice League in 17 and 19, like, when are they making another Batman film before 20? And then people talking about it's going to be a prequel. So they're going to make one in 6 years that's going to be like a prequel?
What's the final film on the slate right now? Is it
Lantern Corps?
Cyborg or Lantern?
Cyborg and Lantern Corps are both 20, right?
I don't know.
I have a feeling
I
Cyborg...
thought Cyborg was earlier than that.
They're the last 2.
Is it?
But I have a feeling Cyborg because... Oh, I don't know if we talked about this.
Shazam.
Oh, yes, we talked about it. I'll
Shazam
talk
is
later
what?
about it.
Shazam is off the cliff.
Okay.
But could we... It kind of goes into TV time, but I don't want it to
All right.
because I think it
Shazam
could
is
be...
2019.
There you go.
Cyborg's
Okay.
first in
Shazam
2020,
is
then
done.
Green
Okay, anyway.
Lantern.
But this, I think, should be... We talk about TV time, but I think we could talk about it now where the Titans TV show done, but Jeff Johns said we have plans for them. Is it because they have plans to bring it onto the big screen and not in the TV world?
Yeah, because he said they've known that it wasn't going to work for months, right?
Cyborg works well, and if
Right.
he's already introduced in this world, and they bridge that.
We've heard rumors of this.
But then we got the Dick Grayson stuff, and
right. Well, because if the rumors about Scott
because
Eastwood are true, then we already...
he said we've known for months. You're saying that this Titans
Yes.
is not going to go, but we have not been able to say anything because we've got plans. So I think it's being folded into the movie universe, not TV stuff.
So maybe these Titans would be less Teen Titans and more young adult Titans.
Yeah, more
be.
Yeah.
late teens, early 20s.
Yeah.
because Affleck and them are their 40s, 30s, and 40s.
That's
so.
the old man's club. They're like the country club. The
Yeah.
Justice League is like the golf club.
And the Teen Titans are the millennials.
Like playing racquetball.
Taking
like millennials.
taking
They're more
selfies in the
they're
Hall of
more
Justice.
like not on our parents' insurance anymore and now paying taxes. Titans.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Take a selfie, Titan.
Something easy, free-flowing. Yeah, yeah. They could also be just keeping it off the table until they see how a couple of these
That's
solo
a good point
movies
too.
do.
Exactly.
'Cause-
Everything is just spinning wheels until the ducats start to roll in.
Yep.
Then
The
stuff will
ducats.
really start to get greenlit. What?
Here comes
Splitting
the
the
ducket.
nut ducats. I love it.
Yeah,
It's
man.
time.
It's time.
Get it, Roxy. Do it. Let's
What?
go. Come on.
It's time to
It's time for Roxy Striar's TV time.
Sing along with me this round.
Roxy Striar's
TV time. She thinks that the Flash is fine.
DC movie news, it's time to talk. TV time!
Our top story is, as of this morning,
Hot off the
Flash
presses.
and Supergirl are having a crossover on March 28th, 2K16. Y'all.
It is official. You knew it was going to happen eventually. I mean, it's the same guy.
So you're
making both
saying
shows.
that the Monday after
Yes.
our minds are blown,
Yes.
with Batman and Superman on the screen.
Jesus, yeah.
We're like recovering. We're like, oh my god, it's like sweating. It's like it's after Bonnaroo or Coachella or something like that, except the movie equivalent of that.
We're all dehydrated.
And then we're just like, oh my god, what's going on our TV?
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Talk about perfect timing.
That's what he's saying.
You know, we're joking about like this was the inevitable, but it kind of wasn't for a little bit, especially when CBS was like, sorry, Flash has a way smaller audience than Supergirl. We like don't know if we want to join with them. They said it in nicer words, but that's essentially what they were saying at
But
first.
I think Supergirl kind of needs the rub at this point too.
Yeah,
Sure,
they dropped this week.
And to be fair, if they were planning this all the whole time, which they may have been, they probably wouldn't have said it like that
Right.
because they want the show to exist on its own. So even if they had this in their back pocket, they would have said what they had said, like, no, because they want to show the confidence that the show is going to exist on its own. And Supergirl's getting better and better.
So
like
good. This week.
What was?
Dale, have you been watching Supergirl at all?
Yeah.
Are you caught up?
I'm like a couple weeks.
I mean,
Okay.
what do you think of the Martian
spoil it for
Manhunter
you.
stuff? I think it just fills out the show so much
I
more.
love it. I love it. And Red Tornado, I mean, I think that they could do some fun stuff there.
Did you guys watch this week?
Yes, I'm trying to think
Bizarro?
of
Yeah.
No, that
I was gonna say spoiler alert first.
maybe I'm back one, but
Okay.
It's the Superman storyline. Was it whatever happened to the Man of Tomorrow?
No,
what they're doing with
Next
her?
week's episode is for the girl who has everything,
And
which
it's
is
based on
for the man who has everything.
Yes,
where she's going to be in an alternate universe or an alternate world where Krypton was never destroyed.
But that alien that's on her chest is a direct
Because it
design
comes down from the-
Justice League JLU. It was perfect. I was like, it was perfect. Production design on that.
What did you guys think about Bizarro Supergirl?
Great episode.
Yes.
It reminded me all the times that you come in here.
Bizarro Gertler.
Talk like
Bizarro Gertler?
Bizarro.
Yeah. She was like, no, Supergirl, friend, strong, good.
Right.
They did a good thing with how she spoke. I thought the effect on her like ripped up face was cool and everything.
It was strange that they like changed who she was. Looked like that was a different actress after she burnt the face. Was it?
Was it a different actress? I thought it was her with the makeup on.
I don't know. No, to me, the girl had that seemed like a
Who
really
can
different-
fact check that?
Yeah, maybe
was
it
that
was in the
Melissa
chat.
Benoist afterwards?
I don't think so.
I think it was, but maybe
No.
not. That would have been a good excuse to get another actress to do a lot
Yeah,
of that stuff. I
maybe.
guess
Interesting.
for the close-ups at least. I'd be interested to know.
Regardless, I'm really excited about this crossover.
Okay, what Mike just said for the girl who has everything. This one, you know what it's called? You guys know what the script is called?
No.
World's Finest.
Which script is called that?
The episode that Flash is going to be in
Oh,
Supergirl.
okay.
It's called World's Finest, which of course is the name for when Batman and
yeah.
Superman team up.
And they kind of did that back on Arrow where they did Brave and the Bold.
Right.
Got it. Cool.
Nice.
How do you guys think it's going to unfold? Do you think that they're in the same universe?
As opposed to when he goes over. Well, we know on Flash now they just ended.
hope-
Sorry, spoiler alert, but by saying let's go over to Earth 2. Why you think Supergirl's on Earth 2?
I think there's no way that Supergirl is
on
in the
Earth
same
1,
universe as
right.
Arrow and Flash, because if they do that, they admit that Superman exists in that world, and it's established that
fair.
Superman exists in Kara's world and the Kryptonians, and there's been no acknowledgement
But
of
if
that.
she's on Earth 2, then Gorilla City is over with her, and we better see some Grodd Supergirl stuff.
Don't forget, they
happen.
did some AIM Instant Messenger in the first couple episodes.
No, just with Supergirl and Superman,
Right.
not with Flash
Right.
and
Oh,
Superman.
no.
That's what I mean. They're the same world. But it could be Earth 3, it could be Earth Prime.
Yeah,
it doesn't
Earth
necessarily
3.
have to be the same
I would be
Earth
down with
2.
Earth 3.
Because I don't know if they're going to even want to do that, because then you're committing to the Earth 2 with the Jay Garrick and everybody. It starts to, fold in on itself.
Yeah,
but what do you
it's a
guys
lot.
think? How do you see it going down?
I think it's another Earth.
So you think
It's just-
Barry gets himself,
Pulled somewhere, or she gets pulled here.
or maybe Mr. Mitzelplick pulls them both
Oh,
somewhere?
God, if we see that guy.
By the way,
Couldn't that be it? Maybe they're both out of time.
I just don't want a scene where Cisco meets with them and he's like, oh, you got villains? How about this name? And she's like, no, I named him this. Like, oh, cool. Like, we've seen the villain naming thing that he does, his shtick.
Although the tar pit one was pretty funny.
that was
Tar
funny
Pit
when
was
they said it at
terrible.
the same time.
But his
wait,
villain, the villain that he was.
But too slow?
We asked the
No,
chat.
just
I'm
that
just
beat.
saying the character was just like,
No,
ah.
oh no, I just mean like when Barry almost named the
yeah,
villain.
yeah.
too
Too slow.
slow.
His deliveries are so good. That
The,
dude.
the actor's fantastic.
He's
I
so
love
good.
that guy.
He can make anything freaking work.
I think for CBS audiences, though, just going to a more real-world situation, is I think you have to have Flash come into Supergirl's world just to make it a little less confusing and a little less convoluted.
Dale, I 100% agree with you. I think that's what's got to happen because we've established that Barry's the guy that can.
Pretty much do whatever you
Right, he travels interdimensionally.
Yeah.
He throws lightning bolts. Whatever they need him to
Yeah.
do.
Oh, you saw that artwork with the lightning bolt?
Oh yeah, very cool. So what do
man.
you guys think out there in the chat roll? I'm curious. How do you think it's going to happen?
They did, by the way, say it was the actress that we saw a couple weeks ago, so it to change.
Oh, and
actresses.
someone believes she's from Earth 69.
Where there is some sensuality.
I don't understand.
Because
it's an adult
distant
world. It's an adult world.
Adult world.
Yeah.
So wait, it wasn't
You'll
a
get to
different
it. You'll
actress?
understand
It
sometimes.
was the one that we saw a couple weeks ago as she was under with the eyes.
Right.
I don't know what that was.
Cool.
What she was like. She was
What?
like, with the eyes, she was like seizing out.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that was your season now.
And you know they're doing the same thing on Supergirl, like that they're doing on Flash, which is like completely unlawfully imprisoning people.
All right.
Well,
What the hell was that? This week on Flash, what they did?
just toss them in the.
They just freaking threw Harry in the
They have-
freaking pipeline?
They have
Are
no
you
respect
trapping
for,
me?
for due process in the Berlanti-verse.
None at all. None at all.
Nothing.
I mean,
that's why they need a Batman who's
even
judged during
terrorists
execution.
are entitled to due process.
Yeah.
Hey, not in this universe.
I mean, what's it? They just imprison people, and who is feeding these people? And who is monitoring their caloric intake? Even Guantanamo Bay, we gave our detainees 2,800
You know
calories
who's the
a day.
janitor? Ma Hunkle. Look her up. Ma Hunkle, everybody. Look her up.
That's a nice segue.
She's just, mopping around Ma Hunkle.
Do you know? Okay, so you know about Ma Hunkle.
I do. Of course I do.
Talk to everybody in the DC fanverse about Ma Hunkle.
It was the old, from what I remember, it was Justice Society of America, and she was kind of the mascot. She had like this soup pan on her head with these eye cutouts that she had. I want to say they were like her Red Tornado, where they were these little kids, these socks in their heads.
Cyclones,
yeah, the Cyclone Gang or whatever.
Twins, yeah.
And they were
So
just
she's the
kinda,
original Red Tornado.
in a sense. I think it was from the wartime, World War II, and just you had it was with the whole suffragette and all that stuff back in the 20s and 30s.
So
and
if you guys aren't aware,
kind of came out about that.
The Legends of Tomorrow social media feeds have been teasing all kinds of little hints like this. So what was the Ma Hunkle reference? Did you see that
They
came out?
showed the pan. I think it was her helmet.
And
They said it was a helmet. It's a soup pan.
And then we just saw Sergeant Rock's helmet.
And we saw Sandman's mask.
Sandman's mask.
Because they can go back in time, which you can bring to the 20s and 30s, which is Justice Society of America.
Said, we said a couple weeks ago, Jonah Hex is going to be
right.
I mean, this is amazing. Legends of Tomorrow is
Legends
really...
of Tomorrow is fantastic.
You're just seeing how deep the DC universe is. That all this stuff can happen in the movies, and all this stuff can happen in TV across 9 shows.
Some of the acting I don't care for in the show, but the concept and what they do, I love it.
What did you guys think of the second episode of Legend?
Well,
much better than the first. I like that.
I feel bad for the actor.
Which actor?
What happened?
Spoiler alert. Yeah.
Because he gets his shot. He's finally a series regular.
No, he's coming back.
Of course he is. I get that. But it's going to be and they say, we love him, we're going back. Yeah, they loved Henry Allen. We haven't seen him yet again.
He'll
It's
be
like,
back.
Wasn't it weird?
I hate that. I hate it.
Wasn't it weird that this was pilot part 2? I just wanted it to be episode 2.
Didn't
Why did
seem
this
like
have to be-
And I will say,
Not
okay,
at
this
all.
is why. Because nowadays shows have limited lifespans. As back in the day, it used to be 24 episodes. That's your season, and they would always do a 2-hour pilot. The Flash 99 was always a 2-hour pilot. You gave 2 hours to get it going. Nowadays, shows are off the air after 2 episodes.
Yeah.
So they're like, nope, we want an hour, tell our story. Because if you look at Legends of Tomorrow, the first one, it's a standalone episode. You crammed everything into it, even though we had Hawkman, Hawkgirl introduced on Flash, and we knew some of the Heat Wave, Captain
We had
Cold War.
everybody except for Red Pod introduced.
So, they had to squeeze everything in. This should have been a 2-episode pilot. I think that's why they said part 1 and part 2.
I think the action sequence when they were all in action together, we finally saw Adam.
Cool.
That Adam action sequence was incredible. That's what we've been waiting for since Brandon Routh was introduced.
Yeah.
It looked amazing.
Yeah.
With all the colors and everything, like that one scene, I was like, this is ridiculous.
And again, I loved seeing Sarah kick butt when she went in and she was like, I got this, guys, and just like took out a bunch of the people.
And I like the fact that it's every week they do something to screw up, which is it's
as they should.
And I like the villain guys. Like there was that whole cool thing with like breaking in and like it was what was it, Adam and Heatwave and Captain Cold that were like on the caper. Like it's interesting stuff.
It's a good show.
Yeah, definitely love the second episode, and this is really exciting. I never read Sergeant Rock as a kid.
I was never into it either.
So, I mean, that was 2 Army comics for me. But, Johnny, what were you saying about some of Sergeant Rock's?
I mean, he's been around a long time, obviously. After World War II, that's kind of when the character was introduced, if you will.
And then I think also in Vietnam, I think a lot of the comics, I think so.
Anytime, wartime, he's a hero. He's a precise shot, grenade handler. He has amazing healing abilities. and strength. So he's like super soldier.
I never knew that he
He's
had
kind of like
healing abilities.
the DC's General Patton. He's just
I always related more. He was the DC's Nick Fury.
Okay, well there you go.
All right.
I mean, comparing to other military figures, I would say, Patton.
Sergeant Rock, he had a group too, and I can't think of what the name was. He was with part of a group, kind of like Nick Fury and the Halloween
Was it
Commandos.
the Lonely Hearts Band?
No,
that was different. That's something also older than you. Also,
now I get it.
Okay, so now when we talk about Sandman, guys, we're not talking about the Neil Gaiman Morpheus Sandman, but we're talking about Sandman that actually has a gas mask and gas guns and knocks people out. He actually 86s them with the gas. What was it? Sandman Mystery Theater?
Yes.
Is that what it was called? Again, a character, I can't believe all these characters are going to be brought to live action. It's just kind of unbelievable, the opportunity this is for. There's only 16 episodes of Legends this year.
Whatever actors land these roles, man.
Yeah.
What a great time.
Yeah, Jonah Hex. It's going to be really, really cool.
Yeah, I agree.
So what else? What else we got to talk about, guys?
Oh, well, we have a new DC animated series that's going to be happening. Justice League Action with a, amazing cast of voices. Kevin Conroy, Batman. Mark Hamill, Joker. James Woods as Lex Luthor. And Dietrich Bader, who we haven't necessarily seen a ton of recently. He's going to be Booster Gold.
He used to be Batman in the Brave and the Bold. There you go.
Was that a little bit of bitterness I sensed from you?
No.
Wait,
Still are Booster Gold.
Where is this living?
I don't think they said yet.
It's going to be 15 minutes of a half-hour block, and they said the other half is the Teen Titans.
Oh.
So they're doing their 15-minute segments.
So is that Cartoon Network?
Yeah, I think Cartoon Network. I think WB owns Cartoon
so
Network.
now, someone said that they were going to be alternating with Justice League or Teen Titans? Like, there's going to be
No, it's going to be 15 minutes each
of
a half hour.
And what is the other 15 minutes going to be?
Teen Titans.
Okay, the Teen Titans Go.
Yes.
So
I think it's Teen Titans Go.
Now, based on the artwork, are we assuming that this is going to be kind of like the Marvel's Avengers show, and it's aimed for like a younger audience than even the Bruce Timm stuff?
I think so.
If it's splitting with Go, it almost has to be.
I think so.
So what do you guys think about that? Bittersweet, like it's almost like, all right, well, it's not for us, but like it's for the kids.
And DC's great at that. They really know how to market different areas and get all different ages. Like
I think you have to do that.
Suicide Squad and Batman vs Superman are it's for everyone, but they're more for us.
I just can't believe they're getting our Bruce Timm voices and putting them in a totally different show.
You can't say that because Kevin Conroy does everything as Batman, and I to the point that I don't like it. Like I don't like that he's in the Arkham games because he's so animated series Batman to me, and I want him to be that. It's kind of like I wouldn't want Christian Bale to be every live action Batman version, no matter who directs it or what universe. It's the same way I'm with Kevin Conroy. I love him, but he is very distinct for me because I grew up with that.
So you think that they should be going with a younger sounding voice for this Batman?
Or a different sounding voice.
Mark Hamill tweeted out apparently that it's going to be a more kid-friendly show as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what's not going to be kid-friendly is the next upcoming thing that they're playing those roles in.
Right.
Which is the Killing Joke.
As kids, you're not following the voice actors from one thing to the next.
No, I know. It's just really funny that they're going from like the darkest story
and that's
ever
what I'm saying.
told.
It's so.
It's kind of weird.
I like seeing different people. Because I would have never thought one of my favorite Batman voices aside from Kevin Conroy is Bruce Greenwood, who did Young Justice Batman.
Yes.
He's fantastic, and we would have never got that if Conroy was always doing it. Sometimes it works. Like Jason O'Mara, who's doing the movies now with Bad Blood, he's growing on me. It took a while for him to get that I liked him, but now I'm kind of like, oh, I dig him.
By the way, I poop on Amazon today because I thought I would have Bad Blood by this morning.
I got it this morning. You didn't get it this morning?
No.
I got it this morning. I haven't watched it yet.
Later.
Sitting at home.
Later.
So you haven't watched it yet?
I have not. I'm excited because I hear it's fantastic.
By the way, shout out to Steven. If you can get us just a hip-hop track.
Yeah, because everybody in the chat was wondering what you were taking notes on.
Someone even said, is he writing a rap?
Well, I'll close out the show, though. We're not doing it yet, but I have the worst pen of all time, so I'm literally doing this to get
this.
You need
looks
to
like
borrow.
a 4-year-old has written it.
You have friends at this table.
I didn't want to.
I thought I've got bad handwriting, but that's terrible.
Okay,
Johnny.
so what did you guys think of Lucifer? Now we're 2 episodes into Lucifer. Get on deck. Get on deck.
So I'm only 1 episode into Lucifer, but I will say that I watched the pilot and I will be watching episode 2. I'm excited about the show. I think that it's better than Adam thinks it is.
I still think it's gonna have hard time getting legs because he's so. I love the chemistry once again between Lauren German and Mr. Ellis as Lucifer.
Yeah.
I just don't know how you have Satan as the lead of his show, and
he's lovable.
He's so likable. That's my point.
He's kind of more like he's a devil.
You can't.
He's not
but
like
at the heart of it,
Dark
he's
Lord.
the devil.
Not really, though.
He reminds me of Elizabeth Hurley in Bedazzled.
Exactly. Have you seen it, Dale?
No, I haven't. That's the only one I haven't seen yet.
But now after that pitch, you really
I mean, to me,
give me Bedazzled any day.
What's the difference between this show and Sleepy Hollow? It's like procedural, plug in a supernatural element.
I'll answer that because I actually do the after show for Sleepy Hollow and I do the after show for Lucifer.
Oh my
now.
God! So please, you're the perfect person to chime in here.
So Mondays at 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Oh, I'm Stephen Lemieux, by the way.
Hey,
Popcorn Talk and all that. We do the Lucifer after show for AfterBuzz TV, right? And the pilot I was kind of underwhelmed by, but then when I found the direction they were taking the show, I was actually excited. But we had this huge argument on the show about whether Lucifer is going to go down the route of Sleepy Hollow, where every week it's going to be a monster, or it's going to be some weird special effects.
Procedural.
Yeah, or if it's really going to dive into the morality of humanity and how that can affect something that, like Lucifer, who's not familiar with that, who's not used to humanity having two sides to it. Because if you take this character, all he's been introduced to in his entire life, 10 billion years, they say in the show, assuming they go on different tracks from the comics, he's not used to humanity having a good side.
Right. He always deals with the one side of it.
Yeah, so I think there's a lot of room to play with here because you have a character, and I love this quote, which is, absolute power corrupts absolutely. And when you introduce Lucifer, who is absolutely powerful, and he's supposed to be the king of evil, the only way to corrupt evil is to make it good. And then you're dealing with a Menadil, who is supposed to be good. He's the embodiment of heaven. He's an angel.
Is that his brother?
Yes, technically it's his brother because he's an angel and they consider God father. He's the guy who slows down time when you see him in the show.
Right.
And you're playing with heaven's forces probably switching and doing some bad things to sway Lucifer. So it's a complete role reversal where Lucifer is the guy who's likable, and then Heaven's angels are the people who are a little bit less likable, playing with humanity in the crossfire. So I really hope that they're not going to take the route of let's give another monster every week.
Right.
Because I think it makes Lucifer more impactful to be one of the few supernatural things about the show.
Plus, Steven, true or not, he's banging his therapist.
He's banging his therapist pretty much on a daily basis.
Yeah, so that's, I mean...
Well, was she really his therapist?
Well,
She's
she is
a
now.
therapist.
Well, now she... No, that was his agreement. He said,
I'll give you as much naked cuddle time as you want, as long as you'll listen to my problem.
You didn't see episode 2, though. It continues in episode 2.
Yeah.
He's getting therapy from her.
What's her name? Is that Rachel Harris, the actress of that?
And there is some sensuality on Lucifer, so watch with caution.
No, yeah, he's very devilish and... basically everyone wants to sleep with him. I do want to say real quick, guys, if people do have time, you should check out Conversations Channel 109 for SiriusXM. Maria Menounos, our executive producer and creator, actually interviewed Tom Ellis today.
There you go.
Awesome.
Earlier. So if you guys want to check out that interview, I asked a bunch of questions, some of them relating to Mazikeen, Chloe, and all that kind of stuff. So definitely check that out.
Sweet.
Cool.
So that's
Thanks,
for
Steven.
SiriusXM subscribers.
Yeah.
Awesome. That sounds great. Conversations, Maria Menounos.
Love it.
Want to know what else sounds great? Like a perfect gift that you would want from your dad.
What's
a
that?
Harley bat.
Oh, isn't this sweet?
What a heartwarming story. What do you give the daughter that probably has everything? Well, you give her...
That's an ugly cry.
You give her the bat.
She is doing an ugly cry right there.
That is her namesake. So
Like
Kevin
daughter, like father. I
Kevin
guess.
Smith's daughter's named Harley Quinn, so he was able to obtain an actual bat from Margot Robbie that was used in Suicide Squad, and he presented it to her. Thank God she likes Harley Quinn. That'd be awkward.
You know what I mean? And
Little
she's a
note back.
teenager. She could really be rebelling against it right now.
That's right. She's actually a Marvel girl. We haven't heard that, but little known fact.
I love
In
this
fact,
show.
she said, "Why couldn't you call me Marvel Girl? I'm a Jean Grey fan."
And another TV time thing that I wanted to mention, I know we have mixed feelings on the board about Gotham, and we definitely had mixed feelings about Fish's character, but Fish Mooney is coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Jada Pinkett Smith is coming back
Yes!
for multiple episodes
Yes!
in season 2.
Oh, Mo Smith, Mo better in the DCU.
Is that how you feel?
I'm just trying to be optimistic.
Oh.
Yeah, why not? I'm watching.
So last we saw, if you forgot, she was pushed off a building by Penguin.
Into a river.
Into a river.
You knew she was coming
Which
back.
always means certain death.
And in an interview.
In serialized television.
Yeah.
Sure.
Or in comics.
Not
Either
producing,
way.
not producing a body going into a body of water usually means certain death.
When asked about it afterwards, Jada was like, if the fans like me, I'm not dead. If they don't like me, I am dead. So
You don't want to open yourself up to a kill Robin situation, Jada Pinkett Smith. Trust me.
yeah.
You didn't like her character?
No, I didn't. I thought it was really, really broad. I mean, I guess that's a problem with that show for me, is that it just tonally switches so rapidly. You know, it really vacillates between being an updated version of the 60s Batman and then something really dark. And so for me, it usually not, settles in neither place. But I mean, if you like
Rise of the Villains was great for me. The second season.
So far,
I
I think it's
enjoyed
been
it.
much better. But Fish Mooney has not been a part of that.
Fair.
So now they're saying bring her back. So tell me, I mean, I'd love to hear like why, if you're a fan of her, like what you think.
No, I mean, I like her character specifically. I think she's a good presence on the show. I mean, I think the show doesn't really have anyone like her, and I think it's nice to see her.
And plus, and this goes back to maybe the pro wrestling world as well. The worst thing someone can be is apathetic about a character. Everyone hated her character, so at least they had a feeling about it.
That's
so the
true.
fact that she's coming back, if she was just like, whatever, I don't care, then that's the worst thing you could ever have. Everyone hated her.
I don't think it was like they hated her character like you hate an evil person on a soap, though. I think they hated the performance, but...
Okay. I didn't hate
with
the
you on that
performance.
one.
I mean, that's the
what
thing.
it
Well,
is.
I mean, that's good. That's great. I mean, if you thought that, that's awesome. I hope people love it.
I've enjoyed season 2 so far.
One thing that we're learning from this is that with all the different levels of animation and TV and movies, there is some DC for everyone.
Yes.
And
What
perhaps,
they are missing right now is some sort of DC, like Daredevil, like Jessica Jones. Like we need Preacher is what I think we need
That's
right
coming.
now. We need something that's
because
a little...
Lucifer isn't quite scratching the Vertigo adult line itch. It's just not.
Yeah.
It is at the end of the day.
Constantine was close over
You
there.
don't think that that's what Suicide Squad is going for?
Oh, I'm talking about TV.
I think their universe is just their universe. I think it's...
Well,
Right.
I think it's
you're
just...
saying there's something for everybody. I'm talking
Right.
about we're in TV time. So
I will take you at that, though, and I will... Mike,
Well, we don't have a big, broad, superhero-y team-up movie like Batman vs. Superman, like that level with these giant characters. We have smaller versions. I don't think just because it's TV. I think DC's looking across the board at everything.
no, what are you talking about right now?
But you're saying we don't have an adulty thing, and I think Suicide Squad is there's no TV show on the plan for DC that's going to be doing an adult Marvel Netflixy thing. There's not.
Right.
There's no character.
And I think you guys are saying the same thing.
But this is network. But I'm saying she's like, we don't have that. And I think we
In
do.
the TV world.
But
She means. I think what Roxy's saying, and I want to speak for you.
I know,
I
what you're saying, but I think DC, the head ups, are not looking at like, well, this is separate and this is separate. They're looking at everything as a whole.
Finally.
Do you see what I'm saying?
But
now?
everything is
Anyone-
not a whole. Everything is a different thing. Everything is a different pie to have your finger in.
But WB is going, whereas Marvel is Netflix is here and ABC and it is up top the DC
Marvel's
people.
definitely looking at everything as a whole and incorporating everything. They are definitely one Earth.
But even so, then why is that our Suicide Squad? It's like, well, that's our adult version. That's where our adult stuff is right there.
I don't think it is, though. I don't think it's the same thing. I don't think you get
And it's
that
a different
same
universe.
adult tone in a film like Suicide Squad than would be in some of the Jessica Jones thing,
Absolutely
which
not.
I think has a lot more time to be more cerebral. I don't necessarily know that Suicide Squad will be that. I think it's, at the end of the day, going to be a big, bombastic, blockbuster film.
That isn't R-rated.
That isn't R-rated. So it's not quite the same thing.
Are they tying in Suicide Squad with any of the TV?
No, none of the movies.
None
So
of the
far,
movies
we have
are,
no
right?
Crisis.
So-
we're not.
So then I
nothing's
think the
tied in.
TV show that makes sense to go dark would be to do an actual live-action Batman TV series.
Which they would never do
not
because the
gonna happen.
character is too valuable to do that.
Not going to happen.
The
But
closest we're gonna
Preacher-
get is
Gotham.
Gotham.
Yeah.
Preacher is coming out. They keep moving
Preacher
the date.
could be the
is gonna
thing.
be so
I
good,
agree.
that's
I
what
think
I'm saying.
Preacher is the thing that you're talking about.
What's the date now, supposedly?
I
There's
think
no,
it's in April.
Yeah, they haven't given a exact
Yeah.
release date yet, I don't think. But wow, March and April are going to be on
Suicide Squad is
fire.
not going adult. Gotham is pathetic. What the F is Mike saying? Somebody just said, what WTF is Mike saying?
I'm saying,
you know what,
the
people-
thing is if you have 10 people like, God, I want something like Jessica Jones, but DC. and I would recommend Suicide Squad.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's my smorgasbord of DC
You would say
properties.
the movie that hasn't come out yet.
Oh, I'm saying just in general. TV show is going to be coming out. Preacher's not going to be the Jessica Jones of DC.
I'm not looking.
You got ass face walking around,
but it's pretty dark. It's pretty adult.
Ass face. Yeah, you want sexy Jessica Jones and all this? Go watch Preacher. Watch a man called Ass Face.
It's in May.
I beg to differ, Mikey, because I think it is more tonally aligned. I think Jessica Jones and Preacher are more tonally aligned. I think they're more the same audience. I think it's more your 18
I've got
years.
Kids to watch. What DC can watch kids? Like, well, there's Teen Titans. You can watch Teen Titans. Here's Teen Titans for you. That's what I'm saying with you've got things to push to people what they want. So to say that we don't have that, I think we do.
I think we need a rebirth, guys.
Yeah,
we need a rebirth.
Obviously, we're not all on the same page.
We're not on the same page. I'm on this page.
There's no reason to argue. All right?
No, there is, because I want the chat roll will decide who won.
Well, whatever.
We won.
I know we fucking got.
Last story of the week. Last week we talked about possible rumors of the rebirth, and there's a couple more possible answers here. We'll just glance over this. Some of the more popular, I guess you could say, rumors are 7 titles could possibly be canceled before rebirth, including Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Grayson, Starfire, Black Canary, Midnighter, and Dr. Fate. And a new series titled Trinity actually may end up debuting as well. So there you go.
But it's still not clear, right?
Nope.
I mean,
No. Still not clear, and then something about, so they're not going to start with number ones, but then Batman is going to go number 1, and Batman might be 2 a month, but Detective Comics is going to go monthly. It sounds bonkers, but, we'll see what happens.
what number issue are we on of the new 52?
49?
It's super close.
50?
So are we?
We're almost at 52.
Are they going to act like maybe this was the plan all along to do 52 of the 52s and then rebirth?
Rebirth.
Rebirth.
Johnny, drop the mic.
None of the comics are selling that much.
Do that all the time.
We were just listening to. I was just listening to. Shout out to Collider Heroes show, and Robert Liefeld was on, and he was talking about the glory days of the '90s. Man, comics were selling like million issues a month, and like a big book now is like Batman, and it's like, what is it, like maybe 100,000 or something like that? I'm not even sure.
Digital didn't really catch on either.
Well, I mean, look, it's not cheaper. It is what it is. I think digital's cool.
That was surprising to me. It's like doing digital. Why is it the same price?
Because then you totally kill print.
But but the argument was always print is expensive in comics. We keep raising every year or two at the price because of the cost of ink and paper.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have ink and paper with digital, so why is it the same price?
I think it's
terrible.
more. I think it's more artificially preserving the value of the book.
I am a hard comic book. The paper print. I like to in my hand. I like to have my local comic store keep them in business.
You read the Stan Lee quote that somebody put on the Twitter feed the other day?
Which one?
Somebody asked Stan Lee, Stan the Man
Excelsior!
Lee. Excelsior, why digital comics haven't caught on, or if he thought they would catch on. And he said, I can't do a Stan Lee, but he said, comics are like boobs. They're nice to look at on the computer screen, but I'd rather hold one in my hand.
Comics are like boobs. I want to hold them in my hand.
Wait, Gilbert Gottfried?
I know. It's like, we're up all night.
There is a Gilbertness to Stan Lee. I mean, it's really hard. It's all in the tone of his voice.
Excelsior.
That's the best way of describing it.
It's brilliant.
That's how I feel about compact
Because I would
discs.
say
I
that
still like buying CDs, even though no one
I
does.
would rather watch boobs on screen than hold them in my hands.
Well,
because you're a millennial, and that's what you guys don't want to do with a normal boob.
Because you want virtual boobs.
It's because you're a millennial.
Yeah.
We always blame everything on her being a millennial.
Not because I'm a straight woman.
Right.
Okay.
More about how old you
To
are.
be fair, you could hold your boobs any day you want in the mirror. All day.
I could
never wake up and say, I'm going to hold my boob.
That's a great Stan Lee quote.
What a show this has been. You know what? Let's do a DC little wrap here, and then we'll close out with the.
You cut me off with good time because I was going to go ham.
TV time thing too.
We do?
No, I just wanted to say everybody was freaking out about iZombie, and I watch and I love that show. And if you guys want to know more, nobody else here watches, so just tweet at me because iZombie's sick.
There you go.
I'm waiting to watch it. I'm waiting till the last episode, and I want to watch it.
But I'm not ignoring you, iZombie people. Go ahead, Johnny.
Oh, this is a good beat.
What is that?
DC on social media giving the boot to everybody else. Yeah, and now we got Scoop Tracking numbers high, now a spot in Japan. Suicide Squad on Instagram now. Damn it, I'm starting over. Shit.
You can start
no,
over.
I don't know if that's completely necessary.
I couldn't write this. I can't read it.
We need to go all the way back to the beginning.
All right.
Maybe in the
Instagram.
Here we go. Tracking numbers high, we got a spot in Japan. Suicide Squad on Instagram saying, hot damn, Sergeant Rock is on. Legends of Tomorrow, Teen Titans might come back to ease our sorrow. Lucifer starting strong, so other shows move over. March 28th, Supergirl.
Now
Flash,
you're just saying
cross it
words.
over. I'm out. Not my best. I apologize.
Hey, but on the fly, man. On the fly, and he's totally white. So you need to take both those things into consideration.
That beat was really, it was all over the place.
It was whack.
Oh, yeah,
Is that what you're trying to say?
It's the beat. Yeah, it's the beat.
Any questions? What do we got? Is there anything that we needed to answer?
No,
before
we've
we
gone
left?
way over time.
But you, thankfully for that, because I was ready to go ham on the show, and you calmed me down. So
Now
I'm like,
Boob 8 says Mikey Christmas looking real traumatized.
Error.
I was like, what is going on
Well,
here?
let's all put ourselves over. Dale Rutledge, good to see you again, buddy.
Hey, good to be here. Thanks for having me. We talked very little about Washington, D.C., but I was glad to be here.
That's the after
The
show.
caucus.
Oh, after show.
DC movie news after show coming up right after here.
All right, I'll just stay here.
Yeah.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at TheWalkingDale. You can also find me on YouTube.com/DishingOnMovies.
There we go, Adam Gertler.
Adam Gertler, usually posting pictures of food and doghouse stuff on my Instagram. If you want to see what I'm always talking about when I go off into food rants, check out my Instagram at Adam Gertler, on Twitter at Adam Gertler. Talk to me. Don't say anything nasty about my mother, and I'll respond back to you in kind. Thank you very much.
There you go, Roxy Striar.
You had a lot of compliments about Man of Steel, the FX downloads in there too.
Oh,
yeah.
thank you for watching it, guys. It was really nice to do an FX of a movie that I love.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You know,
it's pretty sweet.
And the chat note is so good.
Thanks, guys.
You guys can find me everywhere at Roxy Striar, or you guys can find me over on Screen Junkies doing TV fights Tuesdays at 4 p.m.
Find me at Mike Kalinowski. I'm gonna throw a shout out to Stan Lee. Go grab some boobs and go grab real comic books. Go support your local comic book stores, guys, because that's where they're there and they're awesome. So you can pick up new comics. Reach to me on Twitter if you want some recommendations.
There we go. I'm at Jay Quasto on Twitter. This weekend I'll be at the Stand Up Scottsdale Comedy Club in Scottsdale, Arizona. So any Arizona people, hit me up on social media. I'd love to see you. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we got shows. And the blood drive at Children's Hospital of Los Angeles, Saturday, February 13th. That's next Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I was thinking you should say blood beats hearts, because it's like Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So that you should talk about that, like blood and Valentine's.
That's the thing.
And you need your blood to have your heart beat.
Right,
so
and
it all works out.
yeah, exactly. The
Have a
hearts
heart.
beat with the blood.
Yeah.
Even in DC.
Even in DC.
Have a heart. Dawn is coming. Give blood on Saturday, February 13th at Children's Hospital. But no, hit me up on social media or call 323-361-2441. We are at DC Movies SK on Twitter and Facebook.com/DC Movies SK. Thank you to Stephen Lemieux for being very, very helpful this week on the show.
Yes.
With that said, we love you guys. See you next week.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, Christian Harloff, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Whitworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of its owners or principals.